Hello there friends and welcome to Not Another Sci-Fi channel. My name is Vali and this is Dragons, A Song of Fire and Lies, Part 2. Newly hatched dragons are about the size of a small cat, but they grow very rapidly, reaching the size of a small dog in about a year, and the size of a small pony in only 3 or 4 years. It is unknown at what age dragons reach reproductive maturity. Dragons never stop growing as long as they live, and they can live for centuries, though many die in combat before reaching such an age. The largest Targaryen dragon, Balerion the Black Dread, lived for nearly 200 years and had a skull the size of a carriage. However, if dragons are chained or confined into an enclosed space for long periods of time, it can hinder their growth and their overall size. Rhaegal and Viserion, who hatched at the same time as Drogon, were considerably smaller than their sibling, around half his size. After being locked under Meereen's Great Pyramid for almost 2 years at an early stage in their development. Way to go, Daenerys! Good job! When a dragon reaches adolescence, roughly when they are the size of a pony, they tend to be rebellious to a degree, much like how human teenagers are, even snarling at their impertinent parent. But as they mature, this trait disappears. Dragons cannot truly be tamed, but they can be bonded with and trained. The Valyrians rode dragons for millennia. Aegon Targaryen and his sister wives, who descended from old Valyria, used the last 3 dragons in the world to conquer and unify the Seven Kingdoms. Dragons are fairly intelligent animals, and like a horse or a dog, they can be trained by their rider to respond to basic voice commands. Tyrion Lannister claims that dragons are intelligent, much more so than most people, and will quickly recognize friend from foe. If they are not trained, they will quickly lay waste to anything around them. The key to training dragons is making sure that they are well fed. A dragon with a full stomach is much more obedient. Since they cannot truly be tamed, dragons can be very dangerous even to their own riders. However, they can form a very strong bond with their rider and will show affection and trust towards them. They will even nuzzle their riders hoping to be petted. Daenerys Targaryen has trained her 3 dragons to respond to vocal commands in her mother tongue of High Valyrian. She often uses the commands to which her dragons respond by instantly breathing fire and burning anything in their path. 5,000 years ago, men of the Valyrian Freehold learned how to master and ride dragons as beasts of war and used them to forge an empire that stretched across half the continent of Essos, dominating almost half the known world. 400 years before the War of the Five Kings, the entire Valyrian Empire and almost all of its dragons were destroyed in a single day during the cataclysmic volcanic eruption known as the Doom of Valyria. One Valyrian noble family, the Targaryens, survived the doom in the distant island outpost of Dragonstone in the Narrow Sea, along with the last surviving Valyrian dragons. 100 years later, Aegon Targaryen and his sisters used the last 3 surviving dragons to conquer and unify the 7 Kingdoms of Westeros. For generations, the Dragon Kings ruled over much of Westeros, but the dragons eventually died out, and the species was considered to be extinct. Now, even though there is abundant on-screen evidence that dragons are not extinct, hint, Drogon and Rhaegal, I am here to argue that they are. Yes friends, now we uncover the lie, the great conspiracy Hollywood fed us. Game of Thrones has no dragons. Drogon, Rhaegal, Viserion, Balerion, Vhagar, Meraxes, none of these are dragons. It was all a carefully constructed lie that most of us believed and went along with because we were distracted by boobs. Lots of boobs. So many boobs in this movie. See? Even now it's working. I am being distracted. As I was saying, they are not dragons, they are wyverns. I bet you're regretting that decision to not take medieval literature in college. You would have known this. Historically, the most fundamental difference between the two is the number of legs. In all medieval bestiaries and also in heraldry, wyverns were constantly depicted as having only 2 legs, while dragons have 4. Note that it is not fully understood yet why the wyvern became such a popular element in medieval heraldry, seeing as both it and the dragon are supposed to be evil creatures, in principle at least, with the dragon being considered the embodiment of evil and sometimes the devil himself. So there you have it, friends. Once again, we all went along with a lie. Next time, please pay more attention to the mythical side of things that pop up in your life and take them with a grain of salt. Having exposed the great deception of our age, it's now time to end this episode. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've enjoyed this video, please share it with others. Till next time.